What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my Starscape series. You thought last week was shiny? I suggest you to think again, because in this week, it shined 35% more than usual due to how I somehow found 2 VX deposits in 2 consecutive systems, meaning I have more than enough Vexium to start building the Yukon. This could increase my mining speed exponentially, along with expeditions becoming a little speedier than using the Kodiak. However, there is a small difference between a Kodiak and a Yukon. 2 extra miners along with extra buffed mining rate and tractor speed versus 2 cargo slots with 0 speed penalty when full, but slightly lower buffs, which opens up the door for a destroyer being built instead of the Yukon. So here is a question for you all. Do you think I should still upgrade my mining performance by building the Yukon, or build it later and directly skip to building my first destroyer to begin long PvE sessions? Leave your answer in the comments below on what you would do if you were my shoes. At times I wonder why Kev thought of adding cargo slots to a Kodiak, but that's a topic for another time. Now, back to the topic. I managed to complete some achievements while also attempting to progress one of the challenges as I mined away asteroids. Here is the second list with those achievements being done within the 5th episode of my series, that will soon be moved on to the complete achievements list next episode, while also demonstrating the very moment of those achievements have been fulfilled. There's still more that needs to be done, but eventually I will complete them as it is only a matter of time and patience altogether. Disagree or agree with me, you don't have to forcefully agree to my own opinion. But then again, that's what I think about having a YouTube channel. I would prefer a community that would watch even the average quality edited video that makes something so complex nobody would be able to understand. Or even worse, a video over some games which contains a nuclear waste level of toxicity. For example, criminality, or blackouts in some of the cases. To anyone watching my videos along with an inspiration to start a channel on Twitch, YouTube, or any other platform I'm not aware of, play what you enjoyed the most, start learning how to edit a video by using video editing softwares, and build your own community. Doesn't matter if the games you enjoy are small in terms of concurrent players, or low in popularity of course, but as long as toxicity is kept to a very small percentage and your videos are entertaining, you'll be set in the long run. Disagree or agree with me, you don't have to forcefully agree to my own opinion. But then again, that's what I think about having a YouTube channel. I would prefer a community that would watch even the average quality edited video that makes something so complex nobody would be able to understand. Or even worse, a video over some games which contains a nuclear waste level of toxicity. For example, criminality, or blackouts in some of the cases. To anyone watching my videos along with an inspiration to start a channel on Twitch, YouTube, or any other platform I'm not aware of, play what you enjoyed the most, start learning how to edit a video by using video editing softwares, and build your own community. Doesn't matter if the games you enjoy are small in terms of concurrent players, or low in popularity of course, but as long as toxicity is kept to a very small percentage and your videos are entertaining, will be set in the long run. Now then, it is time for another story about Starscape. Before destroyers were introduced, every ship in this game had a retro-looking style before. One of my favorites were the Polaris X and the Barracuda. Here are some screenshots. Firstly, of the Polaris X taking down an advanced drone destroyer, which had more neon on both wings and sides of the central lining on top of the Polaris. Here's also the Barracuda in its purest form. God, I love that OG Barracuda. Of course, I'm not glazing Forlkan ships, so please don't flake me if you're either a Kabani or a Lysintian. Although, in all honesty, if the designs were to be remade, I would have preferred this Barracuda to keep this original design, which looks exactly like the current Forlkan destroyer, the Loxodon. But I doubt Keth would find this video and listen to my suggestion, nor do I have much influence to get it noticed. The first time I began playing, I remember how mining ores with your starter ship was so painful, to the point I just began grinding credits to get myself a honey badger at the time. For a long while, before building the Ozark, I explored many systems just for fun while mining asteroids within planet spaces to start off. Obviously, don't do that if you're a beginner, only do that if you must get yourself materials for scanning probes, but never do that just generally. Anyway, I've always had the thought of being hunted due to some games I played. Reason why I always wandered off to the direction where almost nobody was present, to gather supplies and materials in order to gear myself up. Specifically, if the games were open world due to the endless possibilities. After maxing out the smaller ships, miner included, I shifted my focus on getting myself the Ozark, because at the time, to max out a small ship, you had to upgrade it 4 times instead of 2. Let's also not forget that X ships, or hybrid ships, I call them X ships because old terminology prevails, and it's also very nice, were an extra upgrade while being much easier to max out, as Vexnium did not exist before destroyers were added to the game. Once the update dropped, small ships had their upgrades cut down to 2, for a much easier quality of life and resource management, while also giving every X ship recipe to Vexnium in order to be made. The funniest thing? Fargo and Yuma were temporarily removed until they were fully redesigned to look like space trucks. But before so, I managed to keep my Yuma for the funnies and still remember what every ship once looked like in their beginning legacy. Anyway, that is everything I have to say for this episode. I will catch you all in the next video for my usual speech, stories, opinions over YouTube, and so on. Until next time, this is Arctic, signing out.